grew up in the Middle East, and growing up in the Middle East was the most incredible thing because you have like 180 nationalities like in the same city, which is incredible. You have 180 nationalities in the same region, in the same city, and it's like a picture of heaven right there. I think the church experience there is quite unique. There's nothing like it on the planet because it's a picture of heaven where you see people from Africa, from Europe, from America, from Asia, multicultural congregations. And when you see the worship and you see the praise and all of that, you're like, wow, this has to be a picture, a glimpse of what heaven looks like. It's incredible. It's incredible. One of the reasons why we are so passionate, apart from the reason that I mentioned to you, is that one of the reasons why we're so passionate about unity is in John 17, of all the things Jesus could pray about, and if you can read it for yourself, in the Gospel of John, chapter 17, 21 to 23, of all the things that Jesus could pray about, he prays. And he says, Father, I pray that they would be one, just as you and I are one, so that the world may know and believe. 2 words, know and believe that you have sent me. So here's the $1 million question. I don't have $1 million, but I'll still ask the question. How will the world know and believe that Jesus was sent by the Father? Now, if I asked the question to you earlier, let's be honest, some of us would have said, some mass crusade or something, or, and I know Bangalore's seen some pretty big, huge crusades, okay? How will the world know that Jesus was sent by the Father? And I know we'll all have amazing answers, but, John 17, the secret is leaked out there. It's through our unity, and it's through our oneness, yeah? What does that look like? Heidi Baker makes this amazing statement, love looks like something. So what my wife and I have been pursuing, the question we've been pursuing, or the answer we've been pursuing is, what does unity look like? What does unity look like? And and we're going to keep chasing and keep pursuing that answer. But I would like to believe that it looks like people from every nation, tribe, and tongue coming together. It looks like people honoring one another. It looks like leaders obviously honoring one another, but not just leaders, just average believers. You and I, honoring one another, loving one another. John 13, verse 35, Jesus says it so beautifully. He says, hey, guys, he didn't say guys, but I'm just putting my spin on it. Guys, hey, love one another. By this the world will know that you are my disciples when they see your love. So what does that look like? What does that look like? I'm believing and I'm praying and I'm convinced that the world will believe our message, because trust me, they know the message, okay? But they will believe the message when they really see the love in a tangible way. Trust me, they can YouTube and Google a lot of sermons. But when it comes to actually believing the message and knowing and believing that Jesus was sent by the Father, it's when they see our love and unity. It's crazy. I mean, you can look at every single major revival that happened throughout church history, and I'm a history buff. Like even when I was in school, I was really good in history. I had to get 90s in history throughout school. Don't ask me about math. Don't ask me about physics, chemistry, and all of that, but history, I was good, yeah? You guys are smiling, so I think you guys also like history. Anyway, but the 2 things, it's amazing what history teaches you, right? And history has a strange way of repeating itself, especially when you don't learn from it. But even India, for that matter, the British used a particular policy to keep a massive country like ours under their grip and control. And what was that policy? Matthew 12. Thank you so much. She knows the answer. Give a clap for her, please. Divide and rule. I heard her voice first. Thank you so much. But hey, divide and rule. Wow. The British did that. But that's crazy, because if you look at Matthew chapter 12, it's pretty intense, because Jesus gives another very, very stark warning there. And he says, hey, every city, every nation, every house, every city, every nation divided shall not stand. And I believe that applies for the church as well, for the body of Christ. Every city, every nation, every house divided against itself shall not stand. So newsflash, John 17, Matthew 12, put all that together. What should be the number one golden priority of every person, every believer? Pursue and work for that. If there is no father, if there are parents in this room, I'm sure you'll say amen to this. There is no parent on the planet who would be happy to see their children competing. In fact, it's most heartbreaking things when you have billionaires or millionaires or people who have property, for example, and their children are fighting over the property. That's like the saddest thing. Fighting over inheritance, that is so tragic. It's the most heartbreaking thing for a parent, for a father. I would like to propose to you that the thing that breaks the father's heart most is when his children, and there's no parent on the planet who will be happy to see their children. Yeah? So I just want to leave that with you, and I just want to, hey, I'm going to be gone like within 24, 48 hours, but I just want to ask you and beseech you and say, hey, make this life count. Make every year, use every day of 2018 to just build more bridges, inspire more collaboration, and just work for unity in the body of Christ. It's not just up to leaders. I believe every person plays a part. Every person plays a part. And that's a great place to say, Amen. Awesome. All right.